This is a step-by-step tutorial of how to use Capcut, one of the most popular video editing softwares out there. You ready? Let's get started. So this is what you see when you open up Capcut. This is the first screen that you actually see. Here is where you can actually come and create a new project. You can always just tap there and then a new project will open. I can just close it and then go back to this screen. So the project that you've opened actually or you have started will already show up here. So you can go on and maybe rename it or maybe new one or something like that. Crazy name, right? So this is a project I was actually working on. Yeah, it's just here. You can come here and sign in if you want. Yeah, you don't need a Capcut account to sign in, but yeah, if you want, you can actually go on and sign in. I'm most interested to the settings, so I'll just go and tap there. Here you can choose your save location, maybe where you want to save your drafts or your projects. You can go on and change that. This is where you save your cloud files. Then you can also choose whether to delete the cache files or the cache files. It depends on your pronunciation. Or you can also set it to auto delete after 30 days or 90 days or whichever kind of day. So it's totally upon you. This is the total cache size, so I can maybe go on and delete it. So I just go on and save it. Okay, let's create a new project and see how it really gets to be. So when you open up Capcut, this is actually what you see. You can access your major tools here by going around this bar, the title bar, the media, the audio, the text, stickers, effects, transitions, filters, and adjustments. So we'll go through each of these in just a while. But for now, just know that we have this interface around here. You can also go on to import. So to the media side, actually that's where you start, and then import any kind of video or image or audio or anything that you want to import. Alright, having looked at the interface, so now let's see how we can actually import the footage into our project. You can always go on to import here in the media page. Import, and then you can just go on to, so there are two methods majorly that I use. So let me show, this is the first one that I actually use. Just go on to any footage here that actually I just wanna import. There's some footage I was actually working on here, so yeah, we use this, something like this. So these are some friends of mine, you know, just playing around. So you can always, if you want to bring it to down, you just carry it and bring it down to the timeline and then start editing. Normally what I do, I always first organize my footage, give it different folders. You can actually go on and create a folder here within your media page so that you can actually organize things very well. So let's go and create a folder. Maybe we call this, you can just rename it, right click and then rename, and maybe let's give it maybe try maybe A roll. So this is like A roll, kind of like the main footage that I'm going to edit on. Save that, and then I can actually carry everything and put it into here, and maybe create another and just call it B roll. You can also click on it and right click and then rename. Maybe let me give it maybe B-roll. Most times these are the terms that we always use when actually editing. So it's just good for you to know. You can also change the view from grid to list, which is also really good. I like the grid one, so it's totally upon you. And then you just go on and open and then carry the footage to the timeline. Let's start editing. So maybe let's also import some music. So we just create a folder here. Maybe go back to all and press a new folder. We'll call it music. Maybe music. Yeah, it's always good to first organize your things really well, you know, before you actually do anything. So import, and I'm just gonna go to downloads. Just bring in some little, just some easy music here. Hope I can actually access my music super fast. Yep, it's here. Just bring in this. Alright, so you can actually also double click it so you can replay it. So this is how it goes. It's not upon you, it's your thing, so you can choose any music that you want. I suggest you use Pixabay because it's really good. It has royalty-free music and it's really nice. I mean, the music is really good. Yeah, Pixabay, just search for music on Pixabay. You really know it's great. So you can just also bring in your music and put it maybe below the video. Yeah, that's easy. Maybe if you don't want the audio of the video, you can actually go on and right click it and say extract audio, and there the audio will be out. So you can actually use the audio differently or even delete it by pressing the backspace. It's as simple as that. If you have done something and you feel like you shouldn't have done it, you can always press Ctrl+Z to undo, just like any other program that we always use. So it's as easy as that. So here I don't want the audio, so I'll just go on and actually take it out, so I can just have my video just alone. As easy as that. You can always go on and mute. That also works. If you don't want to extract the audio from the video, you just mute it, or you can also mute it, mute the audio from the audio timeline. So it's definitely upon you. You can also decide not to show the track or not show the video by pressing that button there. You can also decide to lock it or unlock it so that it doesn't actually move in any kind of position. I always do this when I finish maybe editing my A-roll and I don't want to disorganize it or do anything to it, and then I'll just make sure that I just add on the B-roll up on it when everything is steady from the B-roll side of it, which is really cool. I always lock my audio and my video, and then I can actually put on the B-roll just the way that I really want. I'm using really fake terms like put on, like it's straight up on you guys, but I'm just trying to make sure that you actually understand what we're doing. Then so that's the media. That's how you can actually, that's method one of how you can import the footage. The other option could also be you just go to the footage, you carry it. Sure, I want this footage, or maybe this guy here, this little guy here. Maybe I want you just carry and put him there. As easy as that. Just drag and drop. So we have brought in our footage straight to the timeline, which is really cool. You can go on and trim your footage. It's totally upon you. You can actually go on and also maybe cut in the middle. Maybe I don't want to, maybe I just want my footage maybe to start from here when this guy is actually moving. Yes, it's always a good thing so that you can always play through your videos, so you can actually choose the best spots, not to bore your viewers. So maybe I select this, and you can actually toggle between split, that is A and B. These tools are really great. So that means if I press the split tool, I'm going to make sure that everywhere that I click, I am actually splitting. So when I click there, I'm actually splitting. Then you can go back to A, or just press A, and then you can move the footage to any place that you actually want, or maybe go on to this and then maybe delete it, something like that. It's totally upon you. If you want to undo, you know what we press, Ctrl+Z. All right, so there are also other options here. Maybe if you want to select forward or select backward, but this is really easy. And then let's go to different tools that you can actually use. There is what we call keyframing. You can actually sometimes zoom out or zoom in. It's totally upon you, or maybe flip it around. It's totally upon you. So maybe let's just do some little craziness. You can go here to zooming in or out. It's totally upon you. It depends on what you feel you want to go for. It's always here in the basic position and size. Then you can also control everything from here by just making sure that you change the position of X or Y, or maybe rotate your video. It's totally upon you. Maybe you're animating or something like that. I just Ctrl+Z to do that. You can also align center or align left or right your video. It's totally upon you. There are also blend modes that you can actually use. We have straighten, we have darken, we have different modes, just like you have seen other programs like Photoshop, how it's actually done. It depends on which look that you want to go for. Maybe your video is not really steady like mine. It's really handheld. I shot it handheld, so yeah, it's not really the best video you can ever have. So maybe you want to stabilize it. You just go to stabilize, and then you can choose the the stability that you want to go for. I always go for recommended. Sometimes when you go to more stable, it somehow crops out your video, which you don't want to go for. So yeah, I always go for recommended. So maybe it will take some little time to process. I think you can see you're processing 25%. I just cannot give it some little time so it can process the video. So that's how you stabilize. You can also reframe if you want to auto reframe that. I want to bring you to this little tool here, which is called ratio. In case you want to edit a video, maybe for TikTok, you want to go for 9:16. So this is majorly for YouTube, which is 16:9. So maybe you want to go for like Instagram, which is 4:3. But I think also nowadays Instagram accepts 9:15, so 9:16. I think it's something like that. So yeah, it's really cool. You can always change everything here, and then you're editing and things like that. Super cool and super fast. If you want to go for a full screen, you can always press that button here to escape. Just press the escape button, just like feel it is on your keyboard, and that's how it is. This is a play or stop button. And you can also press here to actually look at the audio levels of your video. This is like the audio control from here. So they're telling me that my video has actually been stabilized. So let me play back. Yeah, that's quite actually much better. Yeah, that's much better. That's much natural. Let's go to audio. You can actually go on to cut out and maybe change the chroma key in case you have maybe a green screen. That's where we can actually use the chroma key. And then we also have this auto cutout, which is really cool. It's an AI feature. It's really good. It's actually really good. Maybe you want to cut out the video or you want to cut out the subjects from the video, you can actually use that. We also have masks in case you want to create some masks, some crazy one. I hardly use masks, so it's totally upon you. Maybe if you want to use them, or maybe you don't, it's totally upon you. I won't use them, so I'll just Ctrl Z. And then you can also go on here to enhance. Maybe you want to look at the facial beauty or some improve it. Yeah, you can always go here and do some really crazy editings from here. I'm just gonna go on to audio. So because I don't have any audio on the video, that's why they're saying audio is separated. So in case you have any audio, please go to that. In case you deleted your audio and you really want to recover it, press the recover audio, and boom, your audio will be back, even if when you deleted it. That's the magic of Capcut. And then you can go on and play around with the volume. We normally go between, if you want to maybe have that background volume that you want to use, maybe you have a talking head and you want the volume to be quite low of the video, of your audio, it's really upon you. But normally we go for between 24 to 30, so make sure that your ranges are within that for the background audio. For the main audio, make it normal. For the background, leave it between 24 decibels to 30 decibels. That will actually work for you. So now this is my main video, because this is like just like people smiling video, there's no one talking. So I just put this my background audio for the video to be around 29 or 28 or 27, something like that. So that I have that not so quiet video, but still it's not so loud, so that I can have that normal feel. All right, you can also put in a fade in or fade out. Maybe you want your audio to fade in. Normally I use the fade out, and then you can choose the seconds that actually takes, because it actually works for me so much. So maybe I'll just go on and trim the audio. You can always, you know which tool we use, right? You can press B and actually trim, or trim around there, and then maybe press A and delete this. It's easy as that. Or if you want the shortcuts, you can actually go to these tools that, just like we said, go to B, trim that, go to A and delete it. All right, as easy as that. Or you can also just delete it straight. I use A because I want to make sure I'm selecting the right thing, so I don't do mistakes. All right, so that's how we do some little editing. And maybe we want to add some more footage. So this is the one that I shot. Maybe I want to add more, like the one for the other guy that actually imported. I think it was for, maybe let me just add this as a b-roll. I can actually also use the shortcut just like we said previously and just add him here. Maybe I want to add him here. I'll still go on with the audio and make sure it's in negative 27, something like that. So I'm actually having a uniform video and I'm really so sure about that. And then maybe I can actually also increase, maybe lengthen up the audio a little so it can actually meet with the video length, as easy as that. Now you can also go on and add in different things, maybe speed, change the speed. If you want to slow it down or bring it up, it's totally upon you. The animation is totally upon you. Just go on here, the online, so you have to download them, and the one that you have downloaded, you have actually downloaded it. So maybe, yeah, I think you've seen that. That's quite weird. Yeah, I like the shot. It's like the shot, or maybe that. Any feel that you want to go with, please just play around with it. And then the adjustments, you can actually add an adjustment layer. So maybe I didn't want to go to this, but maybe let me just do it for now. You can actually go to adjustments from this main tab here and then create a custom adjustment. So I'll just create it and put it maybe on top of this video, and you can make it as long as the video, like that, and then choose any loot if you have already installed loots or lookout tables, yeah, something like that. Lookout tables for colors. These are majorly for colors, and you go on and just adjust accordingly. So when you add an adjustment layer, it's actually going to adjust everything below it, whether video, whether normally the video, because you're actually dealing with colors. Of course, it can't adjust the audio because it's audio. So yeah, we'll just go on with this. Maybe you can change the temperature, or bring it high or up. Maybe add in some blues or take them out. It's totally upon you, depending on which feel that you want to go with, or maybe something like that. Maybe increase the saturation, bring it really crazy. It's totally upon you. Or maybe take it out so you can have a black and white kind of video. It's totally upon you. Maybe we'll leave it normal. Maybe increase it a little just to make sure it's more natural. Play around with the brightness. Bring it really up, the contrast. I love high contrast footage. It really looks nice for me. I don't know for you, but for me it really looks nice. So it's not upon you. You can also play around with the highlights and maybe bring them up or bring them high. Be careful, just like any other color grading software. These things are very important to look for, and it's always better if you can actually bring it to the full screen, so you can actually play through and see how your footage looks like before you actually export it. Alright, so that's adjustments. You can always play around with them. There are quite many, so sharpening the video, fading it out. You can also go with a vignette, whichever name you really give it. Or you can also go with that. It totally depends on you, something like that. Yeah, that's a vignette. And then you can also go with fade or something like that. It's totally upon you. You can also check out other color kind of like graphs that you can actually work with, and you can also go on with other graphs that you can actually use to make sure that your video is much better. Alright, looking at that, we'll leave that. So we looked at the adjustment layer and how you can actually color grade your footage, which is really cool. Now let's see how we can actually add text to our video. It's super fast, it's really cool, and it's not really hard at all. So I'm just going to go to text. You can actually check out different texts that you have here. We have a lot of text templates that you can choose from. This is why I love Capcut. It gives you straightforward and easy to use text templates, which you can actually modify maybe and change them according to your feel. So maybe I'll go on with something like maybe hi Regan. Is this Regan or something? Hi Regan. Hi Ryan. Yeah, I think it's Ryan. Yep. Hi Ryan. Or something like that. And then you can always, if you want to change the text, you can always just select it from the timeline, and then maybe even from the player, and then you can actually change the words. So maybe hello, instead of hi you say hello, or maybe Ryan, or maybe say Abbey. Why not? It's me. And then you can go on and change the size or bring it down, or play around with the plane rotations or things like that. And then you can also access actually more other templates from here, just as easy as that, or even access even more effects. We'll look at effects a little bit more, but these are just like text effects that you can actually exploit. There's also what we call text to speech. So in case you want to add text and then change that to speech, it's actually much available here, which is really cool. So we'll go through that maybe later. So that's how we actually add text and then change it from in whichever way that you really want. Don't always forget, you can also come here and change the colors by selecting the text itself from the screen. Maybe I Ctrl A to select all, and then I can come here and also change the colors, the color, maybe give it any other color that I really want. It's totally upon you guys, just play around with it. You can also change the font. Normally we always want to change the font first, so yeah, it's totally upon you. I won't change that because I have no intentions of doing so, but you can actually play around with everything that you really want. There are so many other things, the shadow, the background, the stroke. Please explore. Maybe give me anything that you found so new in the comments below, and we'll share with others, which is a really cool habit. Alright, so that's how we add text. You can also add stickers in case you want to go crazy, or maybe it depends actually on the field. Some videos you actually have to add such stickers, and just like the adjustment layer, you can actually lengthen your text or bring it down, or maybe bring it up a little. Normally what I always do, if I want to have like text all through the videos, I always make sure that I lengthen my whole maybe I put the text across all the videos, so I can have that consistency within the font and maybe the style, and then I just go on trimming using either B, remember the B, yeah, trimming, and then yeah, like that, trimming depending on what I want, and then I go on and change the words per text, something like that, which is really cool for me. It really works for me. So for now I won't do that because I want you to actually understand how it's really done. Then we also have what we call auto captions. Actually, this is like the magic of Capcut. It can actually generate for you your captions. Just choose the language that you're recording in or that you're talking in, and it's going to make sure it generates for you the captions. So which is really cool. So maybe if we don't have an audio here, but if we had, we could actually listen to we could actually generate the captions for that, which is really cool. Please use it, and then after generating your captions, you can actually also edit them. They will still have their own layer here. So you can actually go on and do edits and change them and do all those styles. Maybe we'll have a separate video on how to have those fancy crazy texts within Capcut. And then we're going to effects. You can change any effects that you want here. Maybe we'll go for this. Normally effects are applied to the video, so make sure your video is really selected and that your preview is within the your playhead is within the video, is within that section of the video that you want to see when it's playing. So maybe if we double tap that, you can actually see the effect. It's not really the best for such and we have this crazy sticker of ours here, which is really crazy. So yeah, that's how we do different text. You can always go on and check other text that we have, text styles that we have, effect styles that we have, and maybe choose what is good for you. Maybe you want Halloween or something like that. I'm not so much a fan of this, so it's definitely upon you to go on with anything that you really feel like it's best for you, or maybe something like that's crazy. That's too crazy. So if you want to choose any, just carry it and to put it onto the video, and done. If you want to undo, Ctrl Z, as easy as that. So let's go to transitions and see how we can actually add transitions to your video. Now there are different transitions depending on which field that you want to go for, but normally you can go for easy transitions like mixed, like this one. So if we try to play through, this is how the transition actually happens. Yes, just as easy as that. And just go on and explore as many as you want. They're always here. Choose one that works for you and just apply that. We also have filters. Actually, filters are like color grades that are already made for you within Capcut to help you save time. These are majorly used by maybe if you don't want to take too much time to edit or do some color grade, you can actually use some of these filters. They are good, some of them. Some of them are not good, some of them are good. So I like this. Actually, I like this. It looks like vintage or something. Yeah, that's cool. So after doing everything, let's see how you can actually export your video in a really professional way. So just go to this export button there. Go on and give your video a name, maybe vintage video trial, something like that. Maybe or tutorial, something like that. All right, after that, choose the location that you want to save your video to. It's totally upon you. Now the resolution, I always go for 4K if I want to put this on YouTube. If you're just going to send it to maybe a friend or something, you can always go with 1080. It's just good. I always go for 4K, so I'll just go on with 4K. And then the recommended, the bitrate, you can actually use the higher or the recommended one, or you can also go with a customized one whereby you can actually put in your preferred bitrate that you want to use. But be cautious because the bigger the bitrate, the bigger the file size, so be so cautious about that. And these are the codes that you can actually use. Normally all of us use H.264 if you're going to put this video on YouTube. If you're going to give it maybe like it's like a movie or something, you can go on with other looks. MP4 or MLV, it depends totally upon you. I use MP4 like all the time. And then the frame rate, normally I go on with 30 or 25 because normally it depends on the frame rate that I've been using on the timeline. So I've been using 25 as the one that I've been using 25, so definitely I will choose 25 because it's actually the current one. And you can also export the audio in case you want to use this maybe like in a podcast or maybe a Twitter space or something like that, which is also cool. Depends on you. Then you can also run actually a copyright check if you have a video which is above a minute. But now my video is really short, so it can't actually run, to make sure that you're safe within your video. If you're done setting up everything, you can always press the export button and boom. Capcut is one of the fastest exporting platforms or programs I've actually seen out there. And guys, let me know what is so good for you in Capcut. It may be out of this video or totally outside of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new here and turn on notifications not to miss out on any video. I've been quite off, but I'm now back. I'll make sure that I give at least 2 videos per week, so we can always make sure that we increase our knowledge in the digital creations. All right, have a good time. Thanks for watching. Let's catch up in the next one. Bye.